Thank you so much. The only person of interest in Nigeria currently now, as I said before, is Mazi Simon Ekpa NJOKU. Simon Ekpa NJOKU is from Eza local government of Ebonyi State, and the Igbos at home and the diaspora have actually seen how Ekpa successfully, single-handedly inaugurated Biafra sovereign states in Jinsibelos Square in Finland, and that has attracted international, popularity for the young man who is in his 30s. He went to Finland on scholarship after he won Olympic medal for Nigeria, and there he was at least enrolled into Finlandia military, and he worked there. He was a sniper. He did his job well, which was why the Finland nation at least gave him various designated positions in Finland government. He held posts, outrightly. He did his job well. That's why today his citizenship in Finland is not something that is so dilapidated that Finland is going to, turn their back on him. So what am I trying to say here? I'm saying that Man of the Year award should have gone to Simon Ekpa. I mean African Man of the Year award. I don't mean Nigeria. A man who single-handedly, handled Biafra Prime Ministry, that position for how many years?
Mr. Arab,
I'm telling you that
Mr. Arab, all your thoughts.
Yes.
Now, the same Chief of Staff, Musa, asked the Finland authorities to arrest Mazi Simon Ekpa, and they did. And they also asked them to put him in one of the toughest prisons in the world. And they obeyed, and they did the same thing. Now he has submitted the necessary requirements with the Finnish government required. And he said, soon as that Mazi Simon Ekpa will be repatriated to Nigeria.
I debunk that statement that whatsoever he told Finland in the past where to keep Ekpa, that actually Finland kept Ekpa there. Now it is a lie. Finland has never, ever, last year or this year, put Simon Ekpa in any prison, let alone in their worst, let's say, correctional center where Ekpa was cooling his head. It is a lie. Colonel Musa is still a schoolboy where Finland, citizen Simon Ekpa is. There's no way you can actually, equate the two young men. Ekpa was a military officer in Finland. Colonel Musa, I did not know how far, whether he attended Nigerian Defense Academy or whosoever military school in Nigeria before at least heading that ministry. I'm talking about Simon Ekpa, whose profile has been made public since how many years now? From Olympic game to Finlandia's citizenship. From there he was enrolled into the military. If you look at his profile and his certificate, it was so glaring. Then you can never ever profile a military man in Nigeria. They will arrest you or shoot you. So everything about Colonel Musa to us still remains strange today. We can never ever profile him, and because we can never have access to his documents. Nigerian military, they believe that
this matter
like
is
God
single individual, Simon Ekpa versus a whole country,
yes.
Nigeria, the largest black country in Africa.
He deserves award.
Now,
he deserves award.
Mr. Arab,
he did his job well.
Do you think that now
actually succeeded on inaugurating declaring Biafra?
There is nothing will stop. There is nothing. Musa have said nothing will stop him not to extradite Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. That he will do whatsoever it takes to make sure that Simon Ekpa is extradited to Nigeria to face the law.
Better easier to say than done. Better easier to say than to do. Musa does not know one thing, that Finland is a very strong Scandinavian country in Europe that fought the former USSR. If you don't know, Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. I don't know what I understand. Former USSR Finland fought them for many years until in 1956, Finlandian region got her independence from Russia, the former USSR. Before the dismantling of the whole entity, confederates or federatives that made up Russian Republic, USSR, they were 16 in number before they all separated in their various, to their various ways. In 1991-90, Finland separated in 1956, fighting Russia tooth and nail. Nigeria is not Finland, and they can never ever be as strong as Finlandian nations. So what I'm trying to say is that
Mr. Arab is true, but let me
Simon
also
Ekpa is
now
a Finnish
let me
citizen,
also remind you
that
there's a cordial relationship between the Finland president and president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now let me also remind you that it was a few days after the vice president threw the instruction of the Mr. President to visit Finland and have a discussion with the president of the Finnish, that a few days after he left Finland, that Simon Ekpa was arrested in Finland. Don't you think that there is strong relationship, cordial relationship between the president, the current government of Nigeria, and the president of Finland?
Igbo kwano, Igbophobia. Igbo kwano, Igbophobia. Igbophobia is the sickness that has gripped Nigerian nation since 1967 till date. And the Nnamdi Kanu stroke Simon Ekpa severe that sickness, overhaul it, revamp it, and what? Make it to come anew. Nigeria is now gripped by another space of sickness, Igbophobia. Listen and listen good. No matter how cold their relationship between Tinubu and the Finnish president, Simon Ekpa can never ever be extradited. Ask me why. Finland is not Nigeria. Nigeria is a nation that turned their back on due process and the respect of law. But Finland is a nation, one of the most advanced countries in the world, especially in Scandinavia, Europe, that is holding the best human rights record. Violation, they don't. Nigeria has been violating our rights over the years, many years. Our rights in Nigeria has been what? Caged. Nobody can even express himself.
Mr.
To the level that as I'm talking now, explaining myself on social media, many people will be saying, oh, Nigeria will carry him, oh, DSS will carry him, oh. There's no freedom of speech in that part of the world. Listen and listen good. Finlandia president is far, far better than your president. Musa, it has been actually elucidated properly that Simon Ekpa is smarter than he. Simon Ekpa has never violated any crime. How many crimes do you think that Musa has violated? Did not violate since his inception of that office. Who will bring him to book? Who will bring him to justice? You know how many Igbo youths that have been killed, disalive, demised in the southeastern Nigeria, and this is the cause that Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu, has been, fighting for how many years now. Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, which Nigerian government has proscribed how many years ago as a terrorist organization. And the United Nations turned their back on that proscription, that Nnamdi Kanu, that IPOB agitators are the most peaceful, agitation group in the world. It has been won as an incentive by Guinness Book of Record, Transparency International, and other rating on ranking establishments around the world.
Mr. Arab, the Finnish government requires, hold on, Mr. Arab, Mr. Arab,
on and so forth.
Mr. Arab,
yeah,
it is of a truth that Mazi Simon Ekpa is arrested in Finland. It is of a truth that is right now in the Finnish prison.
It's a
one
lie.
of the toughest prisons in the world.
It is a lie.
It's of a truth.
It is a lie.
Mr. Arab,
it is a lie.
That Nigeria government have submitted
Finland
the necessary requirement
and Finland can never be
has
Nigeria.
forwarded the necessary requirement that Finland demanded for, and soon as Simon Ekpa will be extradited to Nigeria. Now let me also remind you that Christopher Musa said he will do whatever it takes to make sure that that young man is extradited to this country to face the charges, the crime that he has committed. Let me also remind you that Simon Ekpa, he is the one accused allegedly behind the insecurity in the whole of the southeast. What the reason why the federal government asked the Finnish government to arrest him, not just arresting him, but to put him in one of the toughest prison in the world.
You have never started asking me questions.
So,
start more, add more, garnish it more, put it more,
Mr. Raf,
season it up.
Let me have your reaction.
Okay, start.
Let's be honest with ourselves.
Yes.
Let's be honest with ourselves.
Okay.
The honest truth is that he has been arrested.
Yeah.
The honest truth is that he's in prison.
No.
The honest truth is that no matter what it takes, he's going to be extradited to this country to face the charges.
No. Thank you so much. Have you finished? Thank you so much for your questions. One, the reason why there is sit-at-home implementation or observation in the southeastern Nigeria is because Nnamdi Kanu was arrested illegally by Nigeria government that abducted him from Nairobi, Kenya. The way they approach the international law, or you call it jurisprudence, stated that you could not do such without appropriate extradition document. We all went to school. But Nigeria, because of Igbophobia, they turned their back on international jurisprudence, which is law. They went to Nairobi, Kenya, and abducted Nnamdi Kanu illegally without appropriate or proper documents into this country. Because of what? Igbophobia, Igbo hate, anti-Igboism. That's why they could not apply the proper international documents according to ICC, according to United Nations Charter, objectivities that brought the whole countries of the world together in 1945, so that if such thing or occurrence want to be or ensue, you should follow the proper legal process or document before bringing such person in. And when it happened in 2021, Igbophobia, the whole Igbo land is splitted, broke into two, and Igbo man is aggrieved. I'm an Igbo man, every Igbo man is aggrieved over illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu, who has been set free by Nigerian court for how many times now? Igbophobia, the head of Igbos is it. Listen and listen good. Simon Ekpa currently is not cooling it off in Finland prison. I'm sure of what I'm saying. They actually instructed him to stay away from social media. Mr. Prime Minister in exile, stay away from social media for the meanwhile. Mr. Prime Minister in exile, stay away, because you are the person of interest right away. Do you know how many times there were attempts on Simon Ekpa's life in Europe there? They bought many, they sent many assassins to take his life. And which is why he has been guided, given
Mr. Raf, let me have your final thoughts.
Finland security officials guiding and protecting him. Simon Ekpa is not inside.
All right,
I'm telling
Mr. Raf, because of our time,
of insecurity in the southeast are caused by the Igbo politicians, Igbo political opponents that are fighting themselves in the southeastern Nigeria. It is not Simon Ekpa. So what I'm trying to tell you is that there are many propaganda going on as a result of Igbophobia.
All right, Mr. Raf, it's a fine place to live in. It's a fine place to live in. Thank you for speaking on our platform today.
Thank you so much, my brother.